And this is Malcolm. Uh, Today I'm going to play a game called Slay the Spire, which a friend of mine gifted me over the weekend. Um, it's a roguelike um, card-based magical adventure game. And the reason it's roguelike is that you're not expected to win the first time or the first 1,000 times. But as you play, you unlock more and more capability for each of your, I believe, four adventurers, but I'm not actually sure. I've only unlocked three of them. Um, so I just thought I would play through it and maybe talk a little bit about my reasoning and logic as I play. I've been playing it for a few hours and I think I understand it a little. Um, but let's jump in. Okay, so I can only do a standard quest, and I can only do it with the leftmost character, the Ironclad, which I think is basically the equivalent of a fighter in D&D. Um, so it's asking for me to pick one of the three branches I want to go up. Um, Question marks are not guaranteed fights. Um, the sort of treasure bag is a merchant. The campfire is rest. Um, so I think the best path for me is probably this middle one. So I'm going to start with the middle um, monster fight. So defeat enemies, yes. Play defensive cards, yes. You can see an enemy's intent. Okay, so as a beginner, I'd only have a few possible actions. I'm looking at the enemy's intent, and you can see that the first one of the enemies is going to inflict a negative effect on me, and the second is going to try to attack me and do 6 damage. So, knowing that, I weigh the sort of benefits and disadvantages of various actions. I have 3 energy, so that's an added up value of the upper left value of each card. So I can do 3 of these 5 cards. Um, I'm going to play one block, which will one defend, which will give me 5 block, which will offset all but 1 point of damage. And then I'm not sure what the negative effects will be. Um, so let's do one block or one defend for 5 block, which you can see on my health bar on the left, and then 2 strikes. And I'm going to do it doesn't really matter who I attack. I think in my experience, they sort of trade off between negative effects and attacking. So I'm actually going to try to attack the first louse and not the second. So it's clicking and dragging and letting go of the arrow when it's red and pointed at the target I want. And then I click end turn because I'm out of energy. The enemy does what they're going to do. All right, so I'm weakened and I took 1 hit because that was the sixth and 1 point over my blocking. All right, now they're both going to attack me for a total of 13 points. And the most block it looks like I can do is 10. So I'm going to do the full block. So 2 defend cards, and then I can't afford the bash because that's 2 energy and I only have 1. So I'll strike, continuing to attack the first louse. So I should take 3 points of damage this time. Yeah, no more cards. Yep. Okay. So this time it'll be 7 points and probably another weaken. Um, I'll defend against 5 points, and then I will bash. Do I want to bash? It doesn't really matter, especially if I'm attacking the first louse. Yeah, I'll just bash. All right, so now I'm just going to get weakened, but there's not going to be a follow-up attack. Okay, so this time 6 points, 1 defend card, 2 attack cards. And they had blocking, which meant that my attacks didn't get all the way through. Uh, 6 points, 1 block. So the bash makes vulnerable, which actually makes more damage happen when I attack. So I think I'll do that. So that vulnerable is to ground for 2 turns if they last that long. And so they have 6 and no defense, so I'm just gonna keep attacking. And I just needed that one. So I click the gold to take it, and then I click add card to your deck to choose another card to add to my deck. Um, I usually go for the low energy cards, but Flame Barrier looks actually pretty attractive, so I'll do that one. Okay, and then an unknown, which is a sort of an encounter. I already healed up my damage because my art my artifact is called Burning Blood, and it means that I heal 6 hit points after every combat. So I don't need the banana, but the donut looks pretty good. I don't really want to get a curse if I can avoid it, so I'm just going to get the donut for a max HP plus 5. And that heals my actual HP as well as my max. All right, and then I have to choose this enemy. All right, so that flame card that I picked from last time has come up, which is good. And they're going to attack me probably with another weaken, but this small acid slime only has an attack of 3, so I can block it and then play flame barrier for 2 points. So now I'm very thoroughly defending, and they take damage for attacking me through my flame wall. My defense completely evaporated at the end of their turn. That happens unless you have a special card that prevents it. Um, Neither is attacking, so I don't need to defend. I'm going to... I'll strike the the acid slime, and then I'll use bash on the... Oh, do I want to do that? 12 points versus 8 points plus vulnerable. Yeah, I think I'll do the bash. All right, licking actually can do damage, but it didn't that time. Um, they're gonna do 8, so I'll block 10. Oh, it's not 10 though, is it? It's... Do I want to block all of it? Yeah, I think I will block all of it. Since my defense cards are weakened by the frail effect. Okay, so the frail effect wore off, so now I'm back to normal. They're attacking with 8. I only have 1 5-point block that I can cast, so I'll do that. And then we'll again dash to make them vulnerable. Those slime cards use up space in my hand, and they can be exhausted, but they cost 1 to exhaust, so that's not a great deal. They're not attacking, so I'm gonna do Flame Barrier and then a cheap attack. And they're down to 7, so I'm just gonna attack with my 3 attacks. Trying to get a potion. Is and I'm going to take this anger card, which is self-reinforcing through the rest of my game, which is nice. Okay, here's an enemy. So the anger card costs 0 energy. I deal 6 damage and add a copy of the card to my discard, which means it doesn't help me the first time around my discard pile, but it helps me the second in that there's an additional card. So as long as I play with this card for each combat, I get more and more of this card the more often I play it. So I should play it every time I see it, unless there's some negative effect that says I shouldn't. Um, they're attacking for 11. I've got 1 defend card, and I'll use the flame barrier. So they'll attack and take damage from the flame barrier, and also be fully blocked. They're attacking for 7, so I will do 2 defends and 1 strike. They're actually using a defense themselves. So they're not attacking. So I'm going to use the anger card. Like I said, use it every time unless there's something keeping you from doing it. Then I'm going to use the bash card to make them vulnerable and an attack card. A strike card. So they've done a buff. They have 8 points plus 6 points blocked, and they're attacking. So I'm going to block 10 points to block their attack, and then I'm going to attack them to bust their shield. Okay. Anger again. 3 angers. Yes. Perfect. Okay. Page is good. All right, so I have 131 gold, so I'm going to go to the shop. And here, I cannot afford the 0-point violence card. That's too bad. I can get reckless charge, which I will. And the one that's on sale, and now I'm out of gold pretty much. Now I'm going to go to the rest, the campfire, and do the second action. So I already have all my hit points. So the second action I can do is I can smith, which allows me to upgrade a card. So I usually scroll down to the bottom cards, the more powerful cards, the non-standard cards to upgrade. I'm going to upgrade anger because that will make it do more damage each time. And now maybe we get to test it out. Don't see anger. I see rage. All right, so whenever you play an attack this turn, gain 3 block, yes. Reckless Charge adds a dazed card, but it does allow you to do a fair amount of damage. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do a Flame Barrier and a Strike. And their attack killed them. And this cultists, the ritual is making them stronger. Okay, so Ghostly Armor. Anger, gotta play the anger. That's good block. So I will play Ghostly Armor and 2 strikes. Okay. Now they're gonna keep going up. That's the thing about this ritual is that every time they have a new turn, they go up and attack by 3. So eventually that will kill me. So I need to finish them off when I can. And I'm gonna do 3 blocks, even though I just talked about finishing them off when I can. So their next turn they'll do 12. Yep. Anger. Block 5. Do 2 strikes. So the 7 will get through. They're up to 15. So I'm going to do the 12 block with Flame Barrier. And I will strike. It's the fine line between self-protection and making progress against an ever-growing, nastier enemy. There's that anger card, which I kill it with. Right, so my potions are full. I need to make sure to spend those when I can. Let's do Rampage. Rampage is also a self-reinforcing card, so that's fun. I don't really have enough cash to do much of anything at the store, so I'm going to take an unknown encounter instead. Do I have a card that I want to remove? Don't think I do, so I'm going to leave. And then what matters is not the treasure box, but what comes after it. I think I will go left so that I can get to this campfire. You open the chest, you get a thing. The first time you lose HP, draw 3 cards. Okay. Now I'm not fully healed, but it's more worth it to me to upgrade, so I'm going to smith instead. So in here, I think I will upgrade one of those, either one of the 0 cards or maybe Rampage. Or even Flame Barrier. No, I think I will do Rage. Yeah. And then an unknown encounter. It's actually a battle. Do I want cursed? Yeah, heck, let's take a curse. It's kind of overkill. I didn't necessarily need to heal that much. All right, and now an encounter. Rats animated by fungus. Yummy. Let's do 3 blocks. . Oh, and I should have used a potion. Let's remember to look at our potions now. Okay, so let's gain 2 strength and gain 2 energy. And yeah, let's take all of the potions. Um, that's okay. We'll do that one. So we get more energy. We lose a little bit of hit points, so we get more energy. We'll do the reckless charge. It doesn't matter which one we attack. Still got 7. Yeah, we'll do bash. And then rampage. Woo! We got 4 left, so we'll do ghostly armor and 3 strikes. Anger. Rage. Another encounter. What thief? Anger. Few defends and a strike. They'll still attack us and take 15 gold, but we'll get it back when we beat them. Rage. Um, Rage. Sure, reckless charge. Love it. Uh, rampage. Dead. Got our gold back and a potion and yeah, fire breathing is fun. And then we have to do an elite enemy. Oh yes, my favorite artifacts. Okay, we'll definitely cast the fire breathing, and then we'll do flame barrier, which gives us block as well as doing damage when they attack us. And what's this potion? Yeah, let's draw those 3 cards. All right, anger. Um, rage. Okay, then they're gonna do 18 points of damage. Um, so I'm gonna defend for 10, and then I'll use rampage, and I'm just gonna take the 3 points of damage that I'll get through because I already had some other blocking happening. Okay. A rage, a reckless charge. Um, that's 13 over 9, so I should be okay there. So I can do 2 attacks. Nice. Wow, I have a lot of unplayable cards here. Okay, so block, block some more, and 1 point gets through. They will take damage. I've got 2 anger cards. 1, 2, rage. I should have played rage first, but I didn't. And then they die. And I heal all the way back up again. All right, so Lantern gives me an additional action. Elixir. That's an interesting potion. Might be useful because I can exhaust curses and stuff and get them out of my hand. Um, let's do double tap. And then a campfire where I can do smithing. And I will smith. Do I want flame barrier? Yeah, let's do flame barrier. Yes. And then the boss of the level. Now this guy I have to pay attention to because he has a couple of modes, and one of them it behooves me not to attack him. All right, Rage Plus. Whenever you play an attack this turn, gain 5 block. That's nice. All right. So in this mode, it's open and it's good to attack. Oh, I should have played in a different order, but this is fine. Um, double tap won't actually be effective. Okay. Anger, yes. Rage, yes. Rampage, yes. Defend, yes. Only 8 against 32. I'm going to take a lot of damage. Okay. Not my favorite, but whatever. All right. Fire breathing, ghostly armor, powerful negative effect. Strike. Rage. Strike. Strike. Defend. You're going to do 28 and I'm blocking 15. Finally getting some anger cards. Okay. It just transitioned into a defensive form. It doesn't have any current. I don't think it can do anything to me just yet. Let's see. Yeah, that's okay. Um, do the flame and a defend. Now, sharp hide means whenever I attack them, I take 3 damage. So I gotta make sure it's worth it when I attack them. So I'm actually gonna see to defense first. Um, this one seems like it might be worth it. Uh, yeah, let's do Rampage because that it upgrades the Rampage's damage every time I use it, so that's nice, right? And I had enough barrier to block the attack. Okay, so Reckless Charge may not be as worth it. I'll do 7 damage, but I'll take 3. Let's do Rage. That will help me a little. So every time I attack, I get 3 block. Um, that might shield me. Let's see if it does. Yeah, it does. Okay. It shields me from the Thorn backlash. But it's not going to shield me from the 16 points coming in. I'm not sure if I'm going to win this. He has so much more hit points than me. I guess it depends on how I manage. Anger. Um, yeah, I can only defend 10. I'm going to take 10. Although, no, and he doesn't. Why didn't he take it? Oh, because it's fire breathing, not firewall. Okay. 15. There's that reckless charge. It's still not no sharpening, so I can still attack right now anyway. Anger. They're gonna attack for 10. Um, anger. Oh, I forgot. They're doing damage to me now. Six points will get through. I don't think I'm gonna survive. They have too many hit points. Um, 10. Yep, this is gonna kill me. Vanquished. So my points go against the unlocks remaining. When I unlock, it'll probably unlock more cards, but I'm not sure. It did unlock a new character. So then this is where the roguelike starts, which is that now that I've died once, I've unlocked some stuff and I can play again. I'm actually going to play again as the Ironclad. And I get 3 random potions. Again, I'm sort of looking at what's coming. And I think I'll take this one and then I'll go there, there, and there. All right, so they're not gonna attack right away, so I can attack. They're gonna attack, so I'm gonna do. I'll defend all the way. All right. I don't need to block. May as well just block with the extra energy that I have. Frail. Um, 5 will get through. Attack and kill. All right, now I can, if I don't like any of these particular cards, like this one, I can discard it in favor of the new one. And then second wind. Yeah, let's get some more cash so that we can use it at the store. Oh, I don't like this one. I did that just for the money. All right, panache. Every time you play 5 cards on a single, then deal 3 damage for 1 card. Use 1 HP and deal 5 to auto. That's kind of nice. All right, this one is a 0, which is good. And it's on sale. Yeah, we'll do that, and that, and that. And now an enemy? 2 enemies? Uh, nice. Um, all right, I'm gonna try to use all my potions during the elite battle. Uh, boop. That's fine. Um, nice. Wake up. That's good. We'll have the regeneration. That is also nice. There are days, so I don't need to defend. They're stunned, in fact. Okay, now they're going to do 18 points. So let's do this. That gives us 10, so we'll still take 8 points. Okay, so not every card is an attack. So I need to do War Cry. Attack, 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 defend. Now I can do Clash. Okay, and then something anyway. And then I'm going to take some damage. 15 points. Okay. I'll not attack. 5 for each exhausted. So that's actually 10 block for 2 of these cards at a cost of only 1. So that's actually quite a good deal. Then I can do 2 attacks. Not actually worth it. Okay, so then oh, it's super close. I've almost there we go. Got him. Ooh, mummified hand. Mummified hand can be extraordinarily helpful sometimes. Let's do barricade. That's rare for me to pick that kind of card, but we'll do it anyway. And we're gonna smith instead of rest because we're bloodthirsty. Barricade. No. 18 is not bad. Summon to all enemies. The Flash of Steel plus. That's good. Oh, a battle under a question mark. Flash of Steel. Um, dead. Not that one. Treasure. Dreamcatcher. Enemy. Oh, I don't like these guys. They're so numerous. Alright, so I can't do Clash yet. I can do Flash of Steel. I will attack the smallest. That will give me nothing because these are all they're all attacks. However, if I do that, let's see. if I do this, it'll exhaust. No, it won't exhaust that. I can't actually use Clash with this in my hand. Uh, so would it be where it would make Clash be a 1 point card, which would be worth it because it's 14 damage instead of 6. Yeah, so we'll play this for no effect, and then we'll play this. 14 damage means I can kill. Let's kill the shield gremlin. All right, and then 2 more. I can kill this sneaky gremlin, and I can start attacking. I can't remember if sneaky or fat is worse as far as over time, but we'll find out. So 13 points. Dead. Um, Again, Smith, I think. Um, Running Pact, yes. 20 points. Who do I hate the most? This guy, because they were going to do damage to me. Flash of Steel. Dead. Choose 1 card to exhaust. Take 3 cards. Oh, I can't play that. All right, they're going to do 9, so I'm actually going to defend. Flash of Steel, dead. Um, Uppercut's good. Another Smith. Um, yes. Enemy. All right, I can't possibly defend against these attacks. I'll defend a little. Um, we're going to try to get the slime down to the point where they split, but I don't think they will. If you do more than half damage, sometimes the slime will split, but I think that slime is as small as they get, so it's not going to. Um, any damage? 13? I don't have enough energy. 2 points get through. Um, and boom. Get my HP back, huh? I think that's good. Level boss. I think each of the flame has a different power. That's 36 points. That's massive. Um, these are all attacks, so that won't help me. 11. 26. Ouch. Or 24. 24. Um, points. Flash of Steel. Combust. A not insignificant amount of damage. Seven points gets through. Um, Ash of Steel, and oof, it's getting close. I'm not gonna survive. Oh well. Whoa. And I still have not unlocked. So anyway, that's the game. Um, the unlocks get pretty complicated. I actually enjoy playing as there's a robot spellcaster, which has a very sort of complicated mode of play, which I may demonstrate to you later. Um, it's surprisingly complex, I think. The game is fairly well balanced. You can do a fair amount of deck building, like you saw with the anger cards that I was doing in the first game. Um, there are certain cards and card combinations that are very helpful, as you might expect from any other deck building game that you may have encountered. It's turn-based, it's roguelike, it ticks a lot of boxes for me. I do enjoy it, and it's nice and fast. Within like a half an hour, you can get a game through, and this one will actually allow you to save in the middle. Um, so I don't know, it's pretty nice. The other thing that I was thinking about doing is potentially revisiting Reassembly because they just released some updates, but I'm not sure how substantive they are with respect to affecting gameplay. Um, I want to try Astroneer again, this time successfully capturing the video. I was able to figure out how to do it with my recording software, but it was weird. So there's still the open possibility, I think, of streaming from the Xbox. Um, but we'll see. I'll tinker with it and see if I can consistently record the screen with my streaming software. Um, so that's it for the short term. Um, in the long term, I'm still trying to figure out what it is that folks want to see. Happy to have you actually directly tell me if you have any suggestions. You can like and subscribe to me on YouTube. Um, you can follow me on Twitch. Um, you can visit my Patreon and help fund me for playing more games for you. Um, and regardless, I hope that if you're able to join me later on for this particular stream and watch it after I've finished broadcasting, um, please do. Please enjoy it and let me know if you have any feedback or any questions or anything like that. Um, as always, please take care of yourselves and your families and your pets and let them take care of you. And hopefully you'll join me on Wednesday. Take good care. Bye.